Okay. Okay. And now we got another. Okay, I'd like to call this meeting to order at 4:03 p.m. You want to go ahead and do roll call?
Yes. All right. Jeff Balzo, I'm present. Eric Diamond,
Present.
Mike Dixon, absent. Rachel Drake,
Present.
Diane Lyon,
Present.
Tony McMillan, present. Donna Echeverry is absent. Robert Munson.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. So we moved public comment to the end, but there is none right now. Okay. We'll start with 2.01, presentation and discussion of the Washoe County School District Group Insurance Claims Experience Report as of September 2022. Afternoon, Lloyd. How's it going?
Good afternoon, everyone. Lloyd Barnes with LP Insurance Services for the record. Okay, so we're looking at our September claims information. As we look at Exhibit 1, which is our executive summary, you can see there that the enrollment counts are down a bit. And they've been down for the last couple months, so overall down about 2.6%, and dependent counts down about 4%. Our net pay claims on a current year average compared to last year average, we're up about 2% at 5.7 million compared to 5.5 million, so up a bit there. And our composite costs are up a bit more due to that lower enrollment count levels at 819 versus 780 last year. Fixed costs are down a bit, running about $385,000 versus 418 last year, about 8% down, and yielding a total overall plan cost of about 6 million, just a little over 6,676 versus 5.9, basically 6 last year, so up about 1.5. Composite cost per employee is up about 4.3 at 875 compared to 839. Our large claimant counts is running at 14 currently compared to 28 last year, so still down a bit, and this was something that was reported incorrectly last month, so that has been now corrected. There was some numbers off from last month, if anyone recalls that, so that has been corrected. Our next exhibit is just sort of our overall visual graph of costs, claims costs, and revenue. And you know, as we've talked and as we sort of anticipated, those lines are getting closer and closer together. Our trends are still moving up, fortunately not as aggressively as they had been, so that's a positive thing. Things seem to be moving a little bit slower from an inflationary trend perspective for your plan, so that's a good thing. As we go to Exhibit 3 for the total month-by-month look, just focusing in on the September costs, you can see there our enrollment counts are on line 1 are 6653. Our employee and dependent costs on line 30, 6.32 million with a total composite cost per employee of 950, and then as we add in our fixed costs of 369,000, gives us a total composite cost per employee of 1,005.90, yielding an overall, as we already talked about, of 875.34 compared to 839.46, so up about 4.3%. Skipping Exhibit 4, 5, 6, and 7, those are for your benefit to review as needed. And jumping into Exhibit 12, our large claim information. There we go. You can see there we are starting to to catch up to the year, like is common this time of year. Those things start to materialize as we start to track into that $200,000, $212,000 tracking level. So we do see a number of them. And we do have a few that we're concerned about, that are continuing to move up in a somewhat aggressive manner. You can see their subscriber number 4 has jumped up to about $800,000 in paid amounts. And there's a few others that are continuing to mature out, and now we have 3 new for the current month. Fortunately, Exhibit 13, you'll see there, we only have that one that has exceeded your $425,000 specific level as of right now, and we are in the midst of your stop loss renewal activity, and so Laura will be hearing from us very soon on all of that. Any questions on the claims report? Thank you.
No. Okay, thank you, Lloyd. Okay, 2.02, presentation discussion of the Washoe County School District Group Insurance Anthem Claims Activity and Turnaround Reports as of September 2022. Welcome.
Hi, Pam Davidson from Anthem for the record. You got some medical up there. Okay, so I'll go over the medical September claims. In September, we had received 12,727 new claims. We had processed at that time, in the month of September, 13,053, with 96.91% being done in the first 14 days, 99.12 in the next 30, 99.95 in 60, and 99.98 in the 90-day marker. Out of those 12,727 claims, we had 11,397 on the PPO plan, and we had 1,330 on the HSA plan. RX claims are point of sale, so in September they processed 7,959 of those claims. Do you have any questions? Yes.
So I'm seeing a general trend that we're getting closer to that preferred 30-day mark. We had some issues this summer with a number of claims being delayed. Is that generally worked out and everything, we shouldn't expect to see that again?
Yeah, that was 1 month. I believe it was March. I'd have to look back, and I can't see the screen just because I don't have my glasses on. But there was 1 month where we had a claim stop while we worked out an internal issue. So no one on the outside saw that claim stop. It was just an internal thing where we held the claims, and then once a coding was fixed internally, they were all processed the following month and caught up.
Okay.
That's why that following month, I believe, looked a lot larger on the process part.
Okay.
So, any other questions?
Thank you.
No, it doesn't look like it. Thank you. Oh, you're going to do the dental
The
now.
dental on the next spreadsheet. Yeah, in September, dental is pretty easy because everything is processed within the first 30 days. So in September, they had 2,055 claims. 91.20% of them processed in 14, with the rest of it being the process at 100%. Most of it in 30 days, and I believe there was 0.2% for the claims that went over and were reprocessed. Any other questions on dental?
Questions? Okay.
Great.
Thank you, Pam.
Thank-
Okay, 2.03, presentation and discussion of the Washoe County School District Group Insurance Wellness Program Report to cover current events and programs as of September 2022. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. Mackenzie Howard for the record. For our first wellness program update, the health assessment will close in about a month on December 1st. You can expect to see a couple more reminders coming from the wellness email in this next coming month. For the second update, our wellness screenings, this morning we hosted our last district site event, which was actually held in this room. So we hosted a total of 19 events at Specialty Health and our district sites. Our members can still have a screening done if they would like through November 15th. They just have to go to Specialty Health during their business hours. For our last update today, our wellness ambassadors here at the admin building, Dr. Sang, our deputy superintendent, and her executive assistant, Louise, have volunteered to be our wellness ambassadors here. And so on Monday, they offered our first wellness gathering, which was just an hour-long space. It was held in the board overflow room across the hall. And it was a space for anyone here to come stop by, earn a prize, learn about what's going on in the wellness program, and introduce themselves to our wellness ambassadors here. We are really excited that this is starting to happen, and we are hoping to learn from these events so we can build capacities within schools and our wellness ambassadors at schools to offer something similar at their sites. Any questions?
Any questions? I just have a quick comment. I went to the wellness at the site at Worcester, and it was really smooth. The emails were great with the reminders where they were located, because in the past sometimes they were in the career center, sometimes they were in the cafeteria, and it was really, really smooth. So smooth that I forgot to get my flu shot. But hey, got the 7 o'clock in the morning, I don't do well. So now I got to go somewhere else. Thank you. Eric?
How strong is your wellness ambassador program? Like, how many participants? I mean, obviously you can usually use more, but
Right.
how would you describe that?
We have about 65 wellness ambassadors. We have a couple school sites that have 2, which I think is going pretty well. They either rotate every other week or every other month. We're learning a lot with our wellness ambassadors right now. We initially started with weekly education resources and activities for them. And the feedback from our ambassadors is that monthly might be a little bit better for them. So next spring in January, we're going to start with a monthly rotation for them to share information. And I think that will allow them to feel a little less overwhelmed. But the feedback so far has been good. We're getting feedback, so I'll take it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. 2.04, discussion of the Washoe County School District Group Insurance new 90-day benefit waiting period for discussion only.
Okay, Laura Thurston for the record. So our most recent update, we're continuing our internal benefit team meetings, weekly meetings, where we're working with IT and continuing to test our new hire portal. CMR has been working super hard with the rest of the team and some specific IT members who are building that portal. And we have been given the projected launch date for going live, yay, from IT for November 11th. So that's what we're looking at currently. So after that, potentially maybe on our next meeting, I'll have a little bit of, I don't know if we'll have much data then. It doesn't give us too much time, but I'll have a little bit of update of how the live launch has been working. Beyond that, as most of you know, this closure or reduction of our benefit wait time is also an initiative from Dr. Susan Enfield. And the entire HR team, for the most part, has been working on this as well, because it expands past the benefits team to our entire onboarding process, and it actually starts with talent, and it starts at the school sites. So we have been meeting as well. We actually had another meeting this morning with the additional departments, position control, grants. Mike was able to join us to give his perspective on admin. So we have mapped out kind of the entire process of what's called a UHR. It's a universal hiring requisition, which some of you may be familiar with, but that is part of the technical process that that is necessary in order to hire a member, and is necessary in order to produce information flow to the benefits team in order to even make us aware of someone who might be eligible for benefits, so we can reach out. So that being said, we are in those stages currently. We'll be setting up our next meeting here soon. It's a very complicated process. Mike is welcome to speak about anything that he learned today if he'd like to. But because I'm sure he can at least share an outside perspective. But that's where we are right now. So we're getting there, and then as soon as we have an idea of what we can go to in terms of a different time frame, we'll bring that to the committee for recommendation, as long as Susan approves it as well.
I think the only part I would add is that we discuss this on a regular basis. I know we always have a lot of questions. So my takeaway at this point is it is a very complex change, but everybody's supportive of it. So I think it's going to happen. But even today, we talk about when we hire somebody, it potentially that documentation moves between 37 hands. It's like the process, big picture, has to change before this step will change. But everybody's supportive of it, which is exciting because it's pretty apparent we're the only entity in town that has a 90-day wait. Seems like that's become clear. So it's going to be okay. We're going to fix this.
So
We're going to hire some police officers because of it too.
Yeah. So my question is, basically, my understanding of what you're saying is you're going to have an idea of how some of this electronic stuff is going to work when we have hires in December and things like that, because we always hire new teachers and stuff that graduate, and so that we're going to have an opportunity to try out the different electronic stuff and start to see and get feedback, and then be able to bring that feedback and let us know how it's working.
Yeah, so we'll have hopefully a better perspective on that. You mentioned December. In terms of at least the internal benefit team point of view, what we can do as a team to speed up whatever we can. If that's, we joked today, 89 days? No, or no, just kidding. But whether that's, 60 days or whatever that might be, we'll definitely bring that back to you once we have a better grasp on the new hire portal that we're building. But beyond that, we know we're not going to be able to get to the 0 days or possibly even most likely not even 30 days until the rest of the onboarding process changes. And so after mapping everything out today, now we kind of know as an entire team where a lot of our pain points are that we'll be working on to make those efficient, those technical processes more efficient as well. Does that make sense? Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Other questions?
I want to add a little more to that. I think an important part to add on to that we all need to know is that was new information for me today, is that if sites aren't submitting information, their paperwork hiring stuff for 4 to 8 weeks past it was due, that's completely hindered their process. So fixing the problem of the 90-day enrollment, really, my new learning is it's not just a risk management or that team's problem to resolve through your processes. It's our whole HR process. That's what's coming to light, and that's going to end up causing a delay in getting it worked out because it is such a big problem. But I think the positive is the whole system needs to be revamped. So if this helps spur that and get it rolling, like for example, there's 4 payroll techs for 8,000 employees. Who knows that? Like, that's crazy. So whatever we got to do to make big system shifts, this little situation is just going to be a great positive outcome within that, but it's not as easy as a fix as what we thought it was when we started talking about it several months ago. And I think that's an important part that we could keep sharing as we learn more information. It is complex, so hopefully it'll just get better. It's not just her team's fault. That's the short version. That's what I learned.
Not all on your shoulders.
You're off the hook. It took me till today to realize that, but it happened.
And my hope is that this is a catalyst moving forward to, for systematic change, because the system, is antiquated, obviously, and needs to be, looked at holistically and changed. And it's gonna, you don't make changes like that overnight. Okay. Other comments? Okay. 2.05 is the approval of the minutes from September 28th, 2022. The Group Insurance Committee. These were emailed out to the committee. If you need a moment to look at them, otherwise, anyone want to make a motion? Yeah.
Well, no, does
Oh.
anybody do you have a paper copy? I have email again from
There you go, no problem.
IT.
That's my copy.
We have about a month, and then IT, I don't know what happens, and I have to call IT at that point, yeah,
No problem. Go ahead and take a look at them.
okay.
Part of that smooth hiring process we've got going on for our existing employees.
Yeah.
This is Rachel Drake. I move that we approve the minutes as written.
Okay, we got a motion on the floor. Is there a
Diane
second?
Lyon, I second it.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes as presented. Any comments or questions? Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay? Okay, motion has been adopted. Okay, it will be filed accordingly. 3, closing items. Is there any public comment? Okay, seeing none. Announcement of the next meeting, it's November 30th, 2022, here in the boardroom. Okay, seeing no objection, we are adjourned.
You said November 22nd?
Yeah, November 30th,
Oh, I'm sorry.
2022, sorry. Okay. Thank you, everybody. That was fast.